Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy Solution. Hope you guys are having a great, what is this, Tuesday morning so far. Hope your day is starting off great. I want to get on here, guys, and kind of give you an idea of what happened to me a couple days ago during my intermittent fasting. I actually was doing my 24-hour fasting. Guys, some of you may know that I'm keeping a journal. I'm reporting for the last few years different environments I've gone through during our journey in this primal eating or ketogenic diet, and we're combining it with alternate day or intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. Last till, I don't know, maybe 6 months or 9 months now, I think. On our online personal coaching that we do, I have found that alternate day fasting seems to work with every age, seems to be very flexible and doable for people. I've had many comments how easy it really is to follow those and comments from those that said they could never fast, and now they're doing these 16-8 and 18 sixes and these 20s and 4 fastings with no problems, and they're not doing any having any real hunger waves. And when they do, of course, my clients, we teach them how to power through those by a couple of things that we use. But a couple of days ago, guys, I wanted to post this because I want you to see how amazing the body is when it comes to protecting itself, and that's the topic. It's just how amazing how our body has certain mechanisms to actually protect itself. And so it's pretty amazing how the body can do that. And this is just a prime example of how it can do that. And those of you that have been watching my videos, you know that I have a saying that is documentation will always overrule conversation. And so here it is. Here's documentation. Those clients of mine that are following our online personal coaching, when we're working with somebody who has pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes or a fatty liver or obesity, or for those of you that just want to lose that unwanted belly fat or body fat, my program, we monitor the progress on this with 2 ways. The first one is blood glucose levels, which is probably most important for me to know to see how certain foods are reacting to your blood sugar. And then the blood ketone levels to make sure that you are in fat adaptation or you're burning your own body fat. Trying to get my clients to stay within a 24/7 burning, even while they're sleeping. So that's how we monitor this. And so on Saturday actually is normally my 20-hour fast. I don't do a 24-hour fast. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my 24-hour fastings. On Saturdays I do a 20. But I just wasn't hungry. I just didn't feel hungry at all. So I decided to go ahead and do a 24-hour fast. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take my blood glucose level at 21 hours to see where it was at. And it was at my normal level about that time, around 74. So my glucose reading around 21 hours was 74, which is I'm producing ketones, I'm burning body fat, I'm in fat adaptation at that time. And I did work out. I always work out. I mean, I always work out in a fasted state. So then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take my blood sugar again just before I break my fast at the 23.5-hour mark. So what I did was I went ahead and I did a blood sugar reading, and it was pretty amazing because the number that it showed up didn't shock me because I understand the physiology of the body, and I understand how once you become fat adapted, how the body will protect itself if your blood sugar drops too low. We don't pass out. when our blood sugar gets around 65, 64 at a 23-hour or 36-hour fast, we don't pass out because because we know that the body has a natural mechanism that it will take your whatever protein you have floating around from the meal from the night before or whatever, and also it has some stored glucose in muscles and organs. My last meal Friday night was around 6. It was a high-fat meal. And so my blood sugar was at 21.574. Well, I measured my blood sugar at 23.5, and it had jumped up to 84. And so I've had clients contact me because they're kind of shocked that they're fasting for 23 or 36 hours, and they measure their blood sugar, and it's jumped up from 4 or 5 hours prior when they checked it. And I have to explain it to them and show them a training video. I have training modules for my clients that there's certain organs in the body that needs glucose at certain times, and one of those is your brain. Your brain operates around 18% of the brain needs glucose to operate. So even though you're fasting at 24 hours or 36 hours or 48 hours, if the brain is needing some extra glucose, it's going to find it in your body. You got glucose floating around there. And what's really amazing is there's an environment or a mechanism known as gluconeogenesis. That is the safety mechanism that protects you from having too low a blood sugar, and it is able to take your dead, wasted cells that are floating around, which you want to get rid of anyway, and whatever proteins floating around in the brain or in the body, it's going to take those and it's going to convert them into glucose, and it's going to put them in the blood, and your brain is going to be able to derive, or it'll be able to get some glucose to keep continually operating while you're fasting. And that's how amazing the body is. So those of you that are afraid to do intermittent or prolonged fasting, or those skeptics out there that think that that because you're doing a intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting, you're going to pass out because your blood sugar is too low. The truth is, once you follow the right steps at the very beginning to get your body adapted to burning fat, you're not going to have an issue with low blood sugar issues during your longer fastings. I don't recommend you to do long fast every day. That's why I like alternate day fastings, because it's very doable and flexible. But you just have to remember that you do have a protective mechanism in your body that will take your old dead cells, which you got to get rid of anyway. You need to detox those. And science have also shown that excess protein in the brain causes dementia and other things. So your body has a mechanism to detox the excess protein in the brain, and to be able to convert that into glucose, so that your brain can operate during your fasting days. You guys got to remember that our ancestors didn't always find food when they were hunting the first day or the second day or the third day. And it's kind of strange how if they've gone without eating for 3 or 4 days, and they came upon an animal that they needed to chase down, well, their body had plenty of energy to chase that animal down or to go out and locate food. And so it just makes sense that we haven't evolved away from that type of, environment. But we have basically sabotaged it with the high carb, starchy meals and the multiple meals you're doing per day. So guys, don't be afraid of doing intermittent fasting. Once you've gone through the steps first to get yourself fat adapted, you won't have an issue with that if you're following a good plan. You can go to my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page, sign up for that. videos on different options on how to do intermittent fasting. You also can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, and I have videos on different ways to do intermittent and prolonged fasting in a video form. Also, if you're looking for some help, you can go to my drinknatureswater@gmail.com and message me, and I will give you more information on our plan and why it's so successful. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys got some good information on don't be afraid to do intermittent fasting, because your body does have a protective mechanism if you did get too low, a little low on glucose. And you saw where you guys know that we monitor our blood regularly just to make sure that we're in the right environment. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.